Let me ask you a question that might sound simple, but it actually unlocks one of the biggest ideas in all of finance. Why is a rupee in your hand right now worth more than the very same rupee promised to you a year from now? I know the answer seems obvious, but the why behind it, well, that's going to change how you see money forever. So let's break it down. Okay, let's make it real. Someone offers you this exact choice. You can have 1,000 rupees right here, right now, or you can get the exact same amount 1 year from today. Come on, what's your gut feeling? You'd scream, "Give me the money now," right? And you'd be absolutely correct. But the real magic isn't just what you chose, it's about digging into the powerful economic forces that drive that gut feeling. Well, believe it or not, that instinct of yours has a name. It's called the time preference for money. It's this core economic principle that basically says we are wired to prioritize the now. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about being impatient. Nope. It's actually a deeply rational way of thinking, and it's built on three really solid logical pillars. So let's get right to the heart of it. There are three super powerful reasons that prove why money in your pocket today is way more valuable than that same money later on. And once you really get these, I promise you're going to start seeing them everywhere, from your own savings account all the way to the entire stock market. Here they are, the big three. First, you've got the power of investment. That's all about opportunity. Second, there's the fog of uncertainty, which is really all about risk. And third, we have the joy of now, which taps right into our basic human desire for satisfaction right away. Let's unpack each one, shall we? First up, the power of investment. See, 1,000 rupees today isn't just 1,000 rupees. Think of it like a seed. You can plant that seed in a savings account, in a stock, in some kind of investment, and you can literally watch it grow. Money you have today has earning potential. If you decide to wait a year for that same 1,000 rupees, you've just given up an entire year of potential growth. And that lost potential, that is a name too. It's called opportunity cost. Okay, next is that fog of uncertainty. I mean, let's be honest, the future is always a giant question mark, right? The person who promised you that money, they could change their mind. The company paying you could go under. A million things could go wrong between today and tomorrow. So by taking the money today, you completely eliminate all of that risk. You turn a simple promise into a cold, hard certainty. It's literally the bird in the hand scenario. And finally, the joy of now. Look, we're humans, not calculators. We get real, tangible satisfaction from enjoying things today. The happiness you get from sipping that coffee right now is real. You can feel it. The promise of that exact same coffee a year from now, it's just an abstract idea floating around in your head. We are just fundamentally wired to prefer actual satisfaction today over some potential satisfaction tomorrow. All right, so now that we've laid down that solid foundation, let's make it even stronger by busting some common myths. Because to really, truly get this concept, you need to know the wrong answers just as well as you know the right ones. So what's the biggest myth out there? It's believing that the future is some kind of sure thing. People think, hey, a promise is a promise. But the road to the future is never a straight line, is it? It's packed with twists, turns, risks, and all sorts of uncertainties. Assuming that path is just clear and totally risk-free is one of the biggest mistakes you can make in your financial thinking. Here's another one. The myth that a rupee is always a rupee. But what about its purchasing power? I mean, what can that rupee actually buy you? See, inflation is this sneaky thing that can totally tip the scales. Even if you get that exact same 1,000 rupees a year from now, rising prices might mean it buys you way less stuff. The number on the banknote is the same, sure, but its actual real-world value has shrunk. So when you hear finance pros talking about discounting, don't let the jargon scare you. It's not some kind of complicated math trick. It's actually a pretty simple idea. We know that money today can grow into a bigger amount in the future through things like interest, right? Well, discounting is just the reverse. It's the math we use to figure out what a future pile of money is worth to us today, after we account for all those risks and lost opportunities we just talked about. It's how we translate the future back into the present. Okay, so that's the theory. But look, this isn't just some abstract idea for a textbook. This is the operating system for your entire financial life. Why should you care? Because this one single concept is the bedrock of pretty much everything, from your loans to your investments. Seriously, think about it for a second. Why do banks pay you interest when you put money in a savings account? It's their payment to you for the privilege of using your money now. And why do you pay interest on a loan? It's the price you pay to get money now instead of having to wait for it. This one idea is behind every major financial decision, from a giant company deciding to build a factory to you trying to plan for retirement. It is truly, absolutely everywhere. So I'll leave you with this final thought. You now have the master key to financial thinking. Now that you get why money has a time value, how does that change the way you see debt? Or the way you think about savings? What about your entire future? It's a simple concept on the surface, but really applying it, well, that can make all the difference in the world.